Hey everyone, today is day 10 and I just wanted to check in and see how everyone's doing, but also just to share a bit about my day and some things that I'm reflecting on. So I hope everyone had a chance to listen to or see President Barack Obama's farewell speech. While I think all of us, well, definitely all of us don't agree on everything. There were definitely some portions of his speech that I think could resonate, actually a large portion of his speech that could resonate with almost everyone who's willing to like see beyond, the exterior of what it is and just what he was saying. So there were a couple of things as I reflected on what I've been working on personally and that I thought applied to almost anything you're doing in life, whether it's deciding to cast a vote, participate in public office in any way, or just day-to-day decisions you're making. So one of the things that stuck out to me the most, and you have to bear with me because I'm reading it off of my phone, was he said that it falls to each of us to be the most anxious, jealous guardian of our democracy. And now, as I thought about that, one thing that resonated with me was a conversation I had several years ago with someone when I said, everyone chooses to be selfish and you can choose what you're being selfish about. And I think the instant thought is that, selfishness is a negative thing. That's not what I mean. When I say you can choose to be selfish, it's very similar to what he said in terms of being a jealous and anxious guardian of your democracy. It's saying there are certain things that I hold to a certain moral standard. There are certain things that I value, and those are the things that I am completely unwilling to be compromising on. I am uncompromising on these certain things, and I always will be. And one of the commitments that I've made to myself this year is to not waver when the things that I know I hold to a certain level are being challenged. And to be honest with you, there have been multiple instances in my career as well as in my personal life where those things have been challenged. And there are a couple of instances where at the time I thought I was doing something because it would help someone else, or that it was the better of like two bad options. And when I reflect back on it today, I no longer feel that way, because regardless I had to compromise something. So whether you believe everyone should be treated fairly, or whether it is that you believe that you should behave a certain way towards everyone in this world, there are certain things that I think we should always be uncompromising about, that we should guard like it's, I don't know, like our firstborn child, like it's, our ability to see or hear or to just have natural human rights. They're things that we should guard. And out of that entire speech, that was one of the things that resonated with me the most. There were definitely a lot of other things he said, and the other thing that I really appreciated, but that also really ties back to what I'm doing here and what I talk about every day, is a call to action. Being uncompromising is great. Having morals and values are great. But what do you do in the face of adversity? What do you do when those things are being challenged and compromised? How do you rise to the occasion? And are you ever willing to be uncomfortable when those things are coming into question? So those are some of the questions I ask myself, but also some questions I'm throwing out there to you guys. Each day we wake up and we have challenges thrown at us, and many of the things we can overcome, but some of the challenges are bigger than us. So how do you address them when you feel like they're bigger than what you're able to accomplish on your own? I kind of been taking a step back because there are some things on my mind that are of major concerns to me, and I don't know how to address them. I don't know what the first step is. Some people say it's just taking a step. Some people say, you have to use your resources, but I'd be curious to get some feedback from you guys on if there's something you really truly care about that you're completely uncompromising about. How do you fight for that? How are you effective? And how are you able to protect that at all costs? What do you do? Particularly when it's not just you who it impacts, when it impacts the greater good. how do you ensure that all of those rights and liberties and values are protected for everyone? So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Honestly, I don't have the answers, but I wanted to talk about it to put the challenge out there to myself and to put the challenge out there for you guys. So please comment below on how you approach it, what you would do. I'm taking steps every day. I think step one is to know what those things are and not waver on them one bit. Don't waver, stick to them, because they're things that have gotten you through and that you value. You should not compromise the things you value. It will always catch up to you. So that's where I'm starting, and the next step is ensuring that there's nothing threatening those values. I'm not going out there looking for things, but if there are things threatening it, how can I stand up for those things for myself, for the people I love, and for the people of this world? So we're all out here together. I think we'll all make it and we'll all figure it out, but each day is step by step. Today is day 10 of a new year. There are lots of changes to come. And thank you for joining me on figuring this out one day at a time. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.